Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to week 4 slash episode 4 slash number 4, whatever you want to call the Independent Podcast. My name is Calvin.
My name is Gage.
And we are two different basketball types of people. I'm a coach, he's a player. But today we're going to be breaking down the 2025 NBA playoffs, including the play-in. Schedule is just now set, so we know exactly what games are going to be happening. When you guys are watching this will be tonight on Tuesday. It should be a very fun time. First things first, let's get to our YouTube comments from last week. Colby Pfaff says, I watched the comments recap, and that's what I get. We kind of went hard on Colby last week, and I apologize. I slightly apologize, Colby. That's what I'll say. I don't really apologize that much, but I apologize slightly. Money May says NBA analysis should have to watch at least 60% of the award candidates' games to be able to vote in the awards. Stats aren't everything. That's asking a lot of people who vote on awards to watch a lot of those players' games. I think 40, 50% is enough. I think stats, especially advanced analytics, can tell you a lot about a player. I don't think you need to watch every. 60% seems like a lot. That's 3/5 of their games, right? Like, for instance, like OKC and Denver play a lot at the same time. You can't watch 60% of Jokic's games and SGA's games live. And when you already watched it, like a game, and now you know the outcome of the other one, you don't want to watch that other one too. I think you need to drop down the expectations a little bit. I think analytics and stats do present quite a bit of things. They are not everything. You are 100% correct about that. Gage, you can probably attest to this, but there's an eye thing that people don't really realize when it comes to basketball. Like when you're on the basketball court and you're seeing somebody do things that don't show up on the stat sheet, you can tell that player is a hooper more so than just an everyday Joe, right?
Mm.
Yeah. I think hustle is a stat that doesn't go into consideration. I think attitude overall is something that doesn't go into consideration. I think the way you cheer on your teammates, the way you present yourself as a coach, like there's a ton of different things that you can do to affect the outcome of a game that don't show up on the stat sheet. Just being a motivational person to your team, I think that's another thing. But anyways, let's get into it. Let's start with the play-in games. We'll start East or West, Gage?
So East.
Let's start in the East with the 9-10 matchup. We got the Bulls versus the Heat. I mean, this is kind of going to be the question I'm going to ask for every single series we're about to talk about. And obviously the play-ins, it's a one game. If you lose, you go home. For the 9-10 seed, you move forward into that second playoff game. Do you think the Bulls or the Heat legitimately have a chance at winning a title this year?
No, not at all.
No. I think we can consensusly say nobody thinks
they
that.
both need a lot of pieces.
I would agree with
I
that.
feel like the Heat next year will do a lot better.
If they have Kevin
Wiggins.
Durant.
No.
I mean, Kevin Durant's not going to be a son, so
I wouldn't. If I was a team, I wouldn't pick up KD unless it's a win now.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Heat are one or two pieces.
I don't think Heat are winning right away.
You don't think they're 1 or 2 pieces away?
No. They need to develop each other first, team chemistry.
Okay. Well, you know what?
Like Wiggins, Hero, and Bam. I mean, I don't know if I'd have that as my title contending team.
I think if you have Hero as a third option, he kind of presents himself in that same category as Austin Reeves as the third option.
Yeah.
But Bam is nowhere near LeBron or Bam is nowhere near LeBron or Luka. So
they need another superstar.
But you can't need 2.
Yeah, you can't. I don't know what 2. I think they just need 1.
I think they need 2.
Well, Tyler Hero is averaging like 20 something.
Hey, don't get me wrong. Tyler Hero's a dog, but they didn't even get to 500 this year.
Oh yeah, but it's when you have fucking Jimmy Butler and not wanting to do anything.
Hey, Jimmy's doing really well right now for his team.
Really?
I don't know what you're talking about.
The Heat, no, he wasn't.
Well, not the Heat, but damn, right now he's kind of killing it out west.
Yeah, he's lost no awards on me.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Who do you got winning that matchup though? That one play-in game, Bulls or Heat?
I got Heat winning.
Okay. Got the Heat moving on into the second play-in game. Let's move over to the other play-in game. We got the Magic versus the Hawks. I feel like the Hawks every single year are just there. I don't really think they have a chance at winning, and I don't know if they ever will.
I think if I were them, I'd get like rid of Trae Young and just rebuild.
Would you would trade Trae Young?
Yeah, I'd just get rid of him.
Mm.
Like they've had its time with him, and it's gone. Like it's done nothing.
I think Trae Young needs to be a part of a team that's solid defensively behind him. Like
Hmm
they can obviously shoot with anybody in the league. Like we know that their squads, their
I
shooting
just know that the
percentages.
Hawks is good for him.
No, I don't. I think he needs.
Send him over the Heat.
You know, if you were the Houston Rockets and you could make a trade for Trae Young, like to get rid of
Mm,
like Fred Van Fleet
I I wouldn't do that.
for Fred Van Fleet and a couple picks,
No,
you wouldn't get Trae Young. That would fit
no.
perfectly out there.
Well, they have such good team chemistry. Like look at them now. They're
Yeah,
the
and trust me, I get it. But do you think they can actually take that next step to winning a title?
yeah. I think so, 100%.
I guess
And
so.
in the next 10 years, they win at least one.
That's a bold statement. Not really. Anyways, you have the Magic. Sorry, in the first play on game, I got the Bulls. By the way,
Get
I
the
think
Bulls.
I just think like for the Heat, they have two options to rely on. Obviously, they got Bam and Hero. It's really
And
a
they
big
have
question.
Wiggins.
Yeah, but Wiggins is questionable every other game. Like not in terms of like his health, but just overall as to what you're gonna get. He's not consistent whatsoever. It's been the biggest
Mm.
knock on him his entire career. Has he gotten better as of the last couple of years? Yes, but I'm taking the Bulls, more well-rounded team. I, I just think that I think they're going to shoot the lights out. And Kobe White has proven himself to be one of the best up and coming guards in the league. Even though I can't stand the way he presents himself during games, his hair looks atrocious. Um, Magic Hawks, who are you taking?
I got Magic winning. I think just like their like physicality and like they have Pablo, they have
Right,
France, so it's like they're a physically dominant team, and it
right,
wouldn't shock me if they actually go deep into the playoffs.
right. No, they're
Like
long.
them and Pistons, they wouldn't shock me at all if they go really deep.
Yeah, I will get to the Pistons in a second. I agree though. I think the Magic are going to win this, take that 7 seed spot. Which means that we both have two different play-in matchups, and that's fine. Um, you have the Heat versus the Hawks for the winner go home in
Yeah.
that final 8 spot. Who are you taking?
I'm gonna take the Heat still.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I think,
There's like I'm not saying that the Hawks are bad, but it's just like they're not good. They
but
don't have
what are
much.
they?
Yeah, they're kind of just
They're just
a
there.
decent regular season team. Gets a couple wins.
Yeah,
Maybe gets makes the playoffs and gets eliminated in the first round.
yeah. I don't see
First
them
seed.
doing. I don't see them doing very much. They either need to acquire a wealth of talent that plays 3 and D, or they need to. I agree that
Rebuild and get rid
they
of Trae
probably need to
Young.
rebuild. Yeah. I don't even know if it's necessarily a Trae Young issue though, but I just feel like you
It's
can't.
not, but I feel like they'll get more out of it if they get rid of him.
Yeah, you can't keep a superstar and rebuild at the same time. In my head, it doesn't work. You'll still win too many games by having him on the squad. If you look at the net wins losses, Trae Young. I wish they had a stat. They probably do. Like wins over position, like they do in baseball,
Hmm
where it tells you like, okay, the average point guard wins this many games. This is how many games above that average Trae Young will win you. I feel like that'd be a really cool stat for basketball, and they probably do. And I don't know about it. And if they do, drop it in the comments below because I'd like to know.
Yeah.
Um, I got the um, I got the Bulls beating the Hawks too. So we can agree on two things. We can agree on the Magic are going to be the 7th seed, and we
Mm.
can agree that the Hawks aren't making it past the first or the second play in. Let's move out west. The
Mm.
19, we got the Kings versus the Mavericks.
I got the Mavericks.
Okay.
Just now, like the Mavericks have 80.
Yeah.
Like he likes to go off a lot against the Kings,
Mm. He loves playing against the Kings.
and like Derek Lively's back. So like,
Mm.
besides Kyrie Irving being out, which is like a big blow to them, I think they'll be fine. I could be
Yeah.
wrong. I don't. I only know that Kyrie's out right now, so
Sure.
I think they'll do fine. I don't think they're gonna make it deep in the playoffs or anything. Might get eliminated in the first round, but
You don't
I
think
think
the
the
Mavericks have a chance at winning?
no. I didn't. I think they need Kyrie.
Well, I don't know if we're ever going to get the same Kyrie back. He is towards ACL.
That's true.
Which is sad, but you know, it's very common, and you know, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't ever get the same Kyrie back. But then again, in today's modern medicine, you never know.
Yeah, I think he'll be fine. I
think
think the
he'll
only
come
thing
back
I'd
and
be
be
like,
over, but
I think the only thing is his confidence is be down. Like it's an
yeah,
NBA player, so you wouldn't expect that. But I think mentally it's gonna bother him because like now he's gonna be thinking, well, if I
well, he
take
has
this step, what's gonna happen
right,
if I like re-tear it?
right. He has to learn how to walk essentially all over again, to how to
Yeah,
run it, how to cut, how to do everything all over again. So yeah, not having Kyrie is a blow. Um, the Kings haven't been serious since they traded De'Aaron Fox.
I think with the Mavericks too, they're long.
They're very long. They're very big.
Yeah, so I think like
Physically
AD being
imposing
at the
team.
4 now, I feel it's gonna be a lot easier for him just to go off on whatever
Yeah,
team he plays.
I would agree. I would agree. I also have the Mavericks winning that, so they move on to that second playing game. But in the first playing game, we have the Warriors and the Grizzlies.
I thought it was gonna be Timberwolves versus Grizzlies.
I thought for sure that the Warriors had that game won against the Clippers on Sunday, but
No,
I mean they
you're acting
had
like
to.
Sunday was far away.
What do you mean?
You said I thought for sure they had that game won on Sunday.
I mean when this episode drops, it'll be Tuesday, so it'll be 2 days ago.
I guess that's
Yeah.
true.
So yeah, when they played on Sunday, yes, I thought they had it.
Dude, I
Obviously,
don't know. James Harden's going off. Like, this is a really freaking good season for him.
yeah. I mean, he's
And then the claw coming back too, dude. Because when we
yeah.
watched him, he was cooking the crap out of the Warriors.
I think we need to give a little bit of credit to Vika Zubac as well.
Yeah.
He's a dog. Probably the one player in the world who I'm mad at that the Lakers didn't keep when he was young for some reason. But no, I think the Clippers are scary. Who do you got? Warriors, Grizzlies though.
I got Warriors.
Yeah.
100%.
You don't think that Jaren Jackson Jr. and Ja are gonna?
No.
Okay. Okay.
Like,
I mean
they
that's
took a
fair.
clip. Yeah. They're a good enough team. They should beat them. And if not, I mean, they'll beat the next team. But the scary thing is, what's his face?
What's his
Hmm.
face? Mm-hmm.
Forgot his name.
Which team? Maybe I can help you out
Jimmy
here.
Butler.
Oh, yeah, he came up hobbling at the end of the game.
Yeah, he got injured during the end of the game.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering how it's gonna affect the game on the play-in tournament.
You know what's funny though is that like it comes down to simple things. Like one play can make people say that one play doesn't make a game, but at the end of a game, one play can lose you a game. Draymond Green was trying to like foul bait at the end of the game and threw a
He
layup
missed the layup.
short.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm not even a Warriors fan, but I was like, come on, Dre. Like you know you can make that layup. Why even worry about the foul?
I mean, if
Why?
you can look at it, he's trying to foul at the same time. I think he's trying to create separation so they couldn't get blocked.
He was open. I don't know. Agree to disagree, but I think Draymond kind of
He did
cost him
stick
though.
his butt like back out. He put his
Yeah, well,
like saw that at an angle.
his back, and then he had the ball like this with his left, and I get it. Like it's not a dominant hand, but like
Yeah.
at the same time, we now have the Warriors in the play-in versus the Clippers in the playoff series. Or sorry, versus the Warriors against the Lakers, which would have been must-see TV for the NBA. And I'm sure a lot of people would have liked to have seen that series. And who knows? Maybe the series still happens. We'll have to see.
I don't know.
But
Minnesota's scary. Playoff Minnesota is scary. I don't
here
think
we
they'll
go.
win. I think just because the Timberwolves are so young
Sure.
and the
Well,
Lakers have a lot of talent and they're like a win now type
hmm
team and
yeah,
they have that opportunity. But I don't think it's just gonna be a walkover either. I feel like it's gonna be like every game's gonna be close, where it's gonna be like a run for our money.
sure. I could see that. We only
Like
gotta wait.
Ant was averaging at like 35 the first series.
Look, if there's a player I don't want to see in the playoffs, it's Ant. But if there's a player that Ant doesn't want to see in the playoffs, it's Luka Doncic. So
The problem was it was deep playoffs like
mhm.
that. It's hard to go off a team like that after
It
having to play
is.
a 7 game series against the defending champs. It's like
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things you could throw in there. I think
So
ultimately speaking, the Lakers are a
and
very
just
deep and
Luka is
talented
just
team.
going off. Like you can't stop Luka when
Oh, you can't.
he's the
No.
definition of a flamethrower. So I'm really interested to see how the Timberwolves how they have their game plan for
Hmm.
Luka.
Yeah.
Since now there's more rest, they get like the time to actually rest. So now there's more time to practice and actually game plan.
Yeah.
But
I would
since like
argue though that the Timberwolves are going to be a little bit in more trouble though because the Mavericks team that they played last year with Luka, sure they had Kyrie as that second option, but like there was a third option question mark everywhere. The Lakers don't have a question mark at the third option. They have Austin Reeves who's averaging I think 20 a game. And then they have a deep deep bench behind him. Like Gabe Vincent, Rui's another starter, but you have DFS, you have Vando. Like there's a ton of options there. We'll get there in a second. We're getting a little ahead of ourselves, but in that winner versus loser game, you would have the Grizzlies versus the Mavericks. What do you got?
I have the Mavericks.
Yeah, I think
Just
so
like
too.
80.
Yeah,
I think 80's gonna go off.
I
Unless
think
they just want to lose now and they just want to get out of the playoffs and just rest up.
I don't see
But
that
I don't see
happening.
that happening.
AD's got a
But
chip on his shoulder. I mean, he's pissed. Obviously, he got traded for Luka. Got sent to Dallas. He's probably not ecstatic about that, but I think he's gonna try to use these plans as like a show of like, hey, I'm like
what he could be.
I'm here to be something, and I'm not just LeBron's sidekick. Um, so I think ultimately AD will have a 2 game stretch to remember, and if he doesn't, we'll see. He's if I'm not mistaken, he's not a free agent this year, but he's a free agent next year. I'm just I don't know. Oh, sorry, he signed an extension.
Mm,
Yeah, to the end of the 27-28 season. I forgot about that. Hmm. Well, regardless, AD's got 3 years in Dallas, and I think he's going to give the people there some hope uh,
yeah.
in terms of what they have in the future. Um, okay, let's go back to the East for the first round quick. Um, let's keep these ones a little bit shorter. We got Cavs versus the Heat for you.
I got the Cavs.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be a close series at all.
You think so?
I don't think it'll be close.
No, I don't think it'll be close at all. I
4-1.
think it'll be like
I think it's a sweep.
4-1.
I think it's a sweep.
So I don't know what I think he get one.
The Cavs are so good.
Yeah, but you can say about like the OKC Thunder. I mean, like it's bound to happen. You're gonna miss shots.
People don't realize how close the Thunder were to setting history or making history. They were 2 wins away from a 70-win season.
Hmm.
So crazy. Like they played such good basketball this year.
Those 2 losses, right by the Timberwolves.
Won by the Lakers.
Yeah. So.
We stopped them from tying the all-time record.
That's true.
Yeah.
You
No.
should on.
No, it's 73-9. Never mind. Yeah. Anyways, regardless. Yeah, I have the Bulls in that matchup, but I think
The
the
Cavs are
Cavs.
gonna win.
Yeah, Cavs take that series. Pacers Bucks is a little bit more interesting, and I feel like full disclosure, we're from Wisconsin, so I feel like a lot of our people that are going to comment on this are going to be Bucks fans, and I think that they have a better chance in the series than they actually do. The
I got
Pacers
the
are
Pacers.
the Pacers are a deep team, man.
Yeah. The Pacers are just good.
They're good. I mean, Tyrese is a dog. Miles Turner is a dog. Benedict Matherin's a dog.
The problem is like the Bucks are like so inconsistent since they won their champion.
Yeah,
So I wonder how it's gonna look because I haven't seen a healthy Giannis and Dame in like forever. It's what it feels like. I
yeah,
guess in the
and
playoffs, terms of playoffs.
well, right. I mean, this is the first year we're going to see them in the playoffs together, if I'm not mistaken. But um,
Because I always feel like Giannis just gets hurt by the end of the season or like beginning of playoffs and he's out.
well, Dame has a blood clot in his right calf.
That is true.
So I mean, we should see Dame in the playoff series, but that Bucks team's not going to be 100%. And I love Giannis. I think he's Superman. I picked the Bucks over the Pacers, but I think it goes to 7. And if it goes to 7, I don't see a world where they have a chance of making it past that next round.
I got 6, to be honest.
You got the Pacers in 6?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't blame you. Like I said, I think the Pacers team is incredibly deep, and they made the Eastern Conference Finals last year.
Mm.
Like, people forget that that team was so close to an actual NBA Finals bid. Like, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna take the Bucks. I think Giannis will be able to put on the cape one time, and especially with Kevin Porter Jr. dropping
Well,
20 in the
Dame
last
won't
5
be
games.
back, so.
I mean, it's questionable. They said he should be back.
Mm.
If he is, I feel a little bit better about that. However, I don't know for sure, and if you don't know, you
So,
can't say. I still think I'm going to take the Bucks in 7, but I don't think they make it past that first round.
so I know Victor is still in the same situation, so that's why I don't.
Yeah, there's optimism. That's all I'm reading about online. Is that there's optimism he should be back for the first round.
If I was a Bucks fan, dude, I wouldn't even hope on it. But that's just me.
I mean, Dame's turning what 33?
Yeah, like he's getting older, so his body's not gonna be able to like heal or be able to do the stuff he like what he able to do when he was like 20, 25, 26.
He's 34. I apologize. He'll be 35 next year.
So I don't know. Well, that's what the scene wait what happens.
I guess we'll have to. Next one we got is the Knicks Pistons. I think this is your favorite series to talk about.
That's gonna be a really good one since like Cat is actually going off too on the Knicks.
Yeah.
But the problem is like I thought the Knicks like I think I saw a stat where like in the top 10 minutes like played in the season, there's
Yeah.
like 4 players on the Knicks team. They're on that list, the
Oh
top like
yeah.
10.
They're tired. They're so
So yeah,
tired.
I think they're in I just like little break. I guess gonna be good for them, but I don't know.
I
Playing that
would.
much basketball, dude. Holy crap!
It's tough because people don't understand that
The
there's a certain
Pistons aren't
level of
just a
fatigue.
that's fine. Yeah.
There's a certain level of fatigue that comes with playing that many minutes, and I understand that you get a couple days of rest. A couple days does not make up for that much fatigue that you have. You have to genuine like they need an off season almost after the amount of time that they've played.
Mm-hmm.
So to ask them to continue to play at a high level for that much longer, two things. One, it proves that we should have a shorter NBA regular season. Or if you want to make it 2 NBA regular seasons a year, fine, do so. Whatever the case may be. But it also proves that the minutes are crazy, and I don't think it's insane for head coaches to want to rest their star players anymore. Like I think, everybody has an injury here or there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Joel's in question. He might just be lazy. I don't really know what to tell you about that one, but like there are so many people who need rest, and I feel like the Knicks are the most deserving of them
Yeah,
all. Give
and it's
them
not
a
like
couple games off a year. Go ahead.
as the team they're playing. It's not like you know, your normal team. Like I think the Pistons, I'd say, are like the top 5 most physical like
Yeah,
teams in the league.
they're dogs, man, and they play great
So
defense. It's hard. It's hard to compete against them.
if I think if they make it out of that series, I think they get eliminated in the second round.
I would agree with that, especially because they're playing the winner of Celtics versus Magic, which is who we both have. Just real quick, who do you have, Knicks or Pistons?
Mm, I'm gonna pick Pistons here.
I don't blame you whatsoever. I'm gonna take the Knicks, but I do think that they run out of gas in round 2.
Mm.
And then we both have the Celtics versus the Magic in that 2-7 matchup. What do you got?
I'm gonna say Celtics just because defending champs, But I feel
Yeah.
like in the situation too, it's like the Orlando Magic are like they have Pablo. He's probably gonna go off like crazy.
Mm-hmm. Apollo's a dog. I mean, they got Franz.
You can compare him to like the Detroit Pistons. They're like really physical,
You
athletic.
could. They're very young too. Like they have
Yeah,
a lot of potential.
yeah.
I think they're 2 years away from actually being in the contender. Like, hey, like this team could actually win a title conversation.
Mm.
I think they're one piece away. If I was the Orlando Magic, right now is the time to mess up the chemistry. This is where you go get a superstar to make that chemistry happen, to make that work. So
Yeah,
Orlando,
I think they're just missing like one more piece to just go off.
Trae Young, Kevin Durant. Anyways,
Trae Young won't be that bad. I feel like.
no, Trae Young would be a fantastic pick for them. I think Kevin Durant would also be a fantastic pick just because it keeps that length and size that they want on the court at all times. Is KD the best defender in the world? No, but he would make that team elite. Um, I also have the Celtics. Not a knock on the Magic. Like I said, I think they're a couple years away from their next pieces.
Dude, they're like starting five all can shoot threes, and then they're like bench. The first player off the bench is like one of the best 3-point shooters in the league right now.
They have a stacked team.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the West. And when I say stacked, I mean all. People have a lot of terminology for rosters, right? When I say stacked, they think that I'm saying that this is one of the top in the league. No, their roster is deep. Like they have players that can play. Some teams have really good starting fives and they lack bench depth. Some teams have really good depth, but they lack start talent. All those teams are stacked. They can all be called stacked. If you say top heavy, it's more so like, oh, we have more superstars than we have bench players. The Orlando Magic are just deep. They have a really good roster. They're just missing a piece or two. We both have the Thunder versus the Mavericks.
I have the Thunder.
I also have the Thunder.
They have the experience now.
Yeah, they have the experience and also.
Like, I would say like good experience. I mean, they got their butts whooped in I think it was the second round. But I feel like they have more playoff experience just to know like better situations.
They do. SGA is going to win MVP. I feel like they're going to ride high into probably at least the Western Conference Finals. I wouldn't be shocked if they were in the finals, but we'll get there in a second. I also have them beating the Mavericks. Nuggets Clippers. The 3-6 and the 4-5 in the West are going to be two of the most entertaining series to watch in the first round of the playoffs by far. Okay, Nuggets Clippers. You have the center who just averaged a triple double, which is the first time in NBA history. Who, if there was another couple weeks in the season, I would agree he's MVP. There's not. Like SGA did too much too early. Clippers now. James Harden's playing some of the best basketball of his life. Kawhi Leonard's back. Finally looks healthy and actually with it. Zubac is playing at a high level. Norman Powell is playing incredible. Derrick Jones Jr., great pickup for the Clippers. He was on that Miami Heat team last year. One of Jimmy Butler's teammates. Who do you got? 250 and 32 teams, Nuggets and Clippers.
I'm going to be honest. I got the Clippers here just because Denver Nuggets coach got fired. Chemistry's all off.
Yep.
I mean, it is Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray. Like, they're very, like, unpredictable in the playoffs, so.
Correct.
It's going to be an entertaining series, nonetheless.
I really hope the Nuggets and Clippers and Lakers and Wolves don't play on the same night because I want to watch those games separately. I want to be able to enjoy all of them because as much as I don't like the Nuggets, what they've done to my Lakers in the past, I think the Nuggets are going to win. I think it's going to go 7.
Yeah, I would say no matter what, I think if they all play up to expectations, I feel like it's going to be Game 7.
100, at least 6, no question.
Yeah.
In a 7-game series, I'm always going to take the best player with the best team. That's Nikola Jokic. He's one of the most incredible basketball players I've ever watched. Him and Jamal Murray, when it comes to playoff time, seem to kick it into a different gear. Michael Porter Jr. does too when it's against my Lakers, but we'll see what we get out of the rest of that team. Christian Braun, Russell Westbrook, Aaron Gordon, and I mean they're still deep too. There's more talent that I didn't mention there. But we have differentiating opinions there. Lakers, Timberwolves. I am so sorry. I think the Lakers are going to mollywop the Timberwolves. But when I say mollywop, I mean I think it'll be a 5-game series. I think that'll be a 1-possession game each game, though.
I think it goes to 6.
I could see it going 6. I don't think there's a world where it goes to 7. But I tell you what, this is going to be the most entertaining series of the first round by far because Anthony Edwards is a star.
I'm going to say first round, he goes off. So he's averaging, I think, 35 last year.
He does. They kind of messed up the team chemistry this year. Julius Randle's not Karl-Anthony Towns. Dante DiVincenzo's not Karl-Anthony Towns. Naz Reid does not look like the same Naz Reid from last year.
Yeah. You could say that though during the regular season with Anthony Edwards. Like it took him forever to kick up and start going.
But I mean, he still shot one of the higher percentages in 3-point
Mm.
for the league. Like,
I don't know. It should be entertaining. But I feel like
it,
with Julius Randle,
yeah,
there's on the defensive side it's a lot better. And then
I would agree with
Dante
that.
and Nas and Nikhil all bring the spark off the bench.
Sure,
So,
sure. I
but
mean,
for matchups,
who's guarding Luka? Jaden?
either Jaden or Anthony Edwards.
I think it'll be Jaden. I think Ant will guard Reeves. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm. I think, and then Julius Randle will probably be on LeBron.
Which, if that's the case, that's a 30 piece every night.
Dude, I don't know about that one.
LeBron is still incredibly fast in year 21.
Yeah, but Julius Randle's pretty freaking good on
21?
defense.
21. I think it's 21. Maybe 22. But no, I trust me, I get it. Julius was a Laker. Like everybody seems to forget he was drafted by my team. I know what Julius brings to the table, especially in his youth, what he did on the defensive side. Effort wise, that kid has an endless motor. Like he will never stop trying.
And then you have Gobert, which will probably what I can see will be happening is you have all your matchups, and then Rudy Gobert will kind of be roaming around the paint.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the problem with that though is that if Rudy is roaming the paint and he's just looking to block, Jackson Hayes is an incredible lob threat. Like an incredible lob threat. And Luka and LeBron are two of the best passers in NBA history.
Mm-hmm.
They have to guard all 5 of our positions, and even if we don't have Hayes out there, we're gonna have DFS. And Dorian Finney-Smith is a very incredibly long. He's a fantastic player.
Well, so are the Timberwolves. That's just gonna be a good matchup because everybody's so long.
It's gonna be great matchups, but your team is more about brute physicality. My team is more about finesse and actually moving the ball. I'm taking the Lakers in 6.
I had the Lakers in 6 too.
Okay.
That's just because I had the Timberwolves so young.
Yeah, I think.
I mean, if they win, it'd be an underdogs. Like,
oh yeah,
no one
it'd be
expected
huge. The ESPN would be talking about how LeBron's washed for the next 3 weeks.
Yeah, like no matter what, I feel like the Lakers they're in a lose situation.
Think so?
Like if they lose, like that was an upset. If they win, they're like, well, they're expected to win.
Yeah,
I mean,
expected to win. Sure.
You have Luka and LeBron. I mean, it's
well, according to everybody everywhere, Luka and LeBron were not supposed to win this year. It's not a win-win situation. We were stupid for trading for Anthony Davis. It was a future-looking move. I don't think that's the case at all.
No, I think in my opinion, I think it's a lose-lose. Just because like you have Luka and LeBron.
Sure.
I mean, you should probably win.
You should. You should. I agree with the should. I don't agree with the.
But you are playing a really good defensive team that thrives on defense. So
it's going to be a great matchup. We both got the Lakers in 6, though. And if it's anything less than that, I wouldn't be shocked. If it's anything more than that, I wouldn't be shocked. It's the most unpredictable series to call in the first round by far.
Yeah.
We both have the Warriors making it to the 7th seed and playing the Rockets. Who do you got?
I got the Rockets.
Okay.
Suns have been doing so well this season. I'm not saying the Warriors aren't either. Like it's just the West is just so stacked. I feel like every matchup for the first round is really unpredictable.
Sure.
So
yeah, I mean, I feel the same in a lot of ways. The only difference is I have the Warriors winning this one.
Do you?
I do. I feel like the Rockets are right there. They're right there. I think they need another year of development. Like Jalen Green, he's so good, but at the same time, like it seems like they don't know how to properly use him all the time. Like when they were playing the Lakers, he got pulled at the end of that game. Make that make sense to me. You guys are vying for seeding at that point. I don't understand why you're pulling Jalen Green, who's supposed to be your young superstar. But it doesn't make sense to me. I think Jimmy Butler has given Stephen Curry new life in terms of like
100%.
He looks more refreshed. He looks more fun. Like in Steph Curry, when he's having fun, he plays better basketball. I think the Warriors take it. I think the Rockets will probably get a game or two though. I think it'll be a 6-game series.
It's just a hard like these first round like you don't know. Every team's unpredictable because the West is so freaking good. Like if you look at the Lakers, not even if you look at every record,
yeah,
8 or the 7th. Yeah, 8 and 7th. It's like it's all there.
Yeah. If you look at the
like
West,
4 games apart.
if
It's
you look
like
at the West, the 2 seed all the way back to the 8 seed is a 4-game split. That's it.
yeah.
It's a 4-game win or loss difference. That's it.
So it's like you could. I don't know if every team can be out dominated because they're like all so good. It's like
Yeah.
it's hard
Yeah.
to compare each team.
It's very hard to compare. All right.
And if you look at like the Eastern Conference, it's like it's all split apart.
Yeah. I agree. We got differentiating opinions on this one. That's fine. You have Cavs versus Pacers. I have Cavs versus Bucks. I think the Cavs are moving on regardless as to
Oh,
who
I
they
think
play.
100%.
Yeah.
Just
Cavs are
because they're
Eastern
so
Conference.
good.
Yeah, they're so deep. They're so deep. You have the Pistons versus the Celtics. I have the Knicks versus the Celtics. We already kind of stated this earlier. I think the Knicks aren't going to make it past the next round, regardless as to.
They're gonna be so tired.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
need to make a coaching change or like something because they can't be playing that much and then expect to play a whole off season.
Yeah. Yeah. You have the Pistons ticks. You're taking the ticks?
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Celtics.
Okay. Back out west, we have the Thunder. You have the Clippers. I have the Nuggets. Are you taking the Clippers or are you taking the Thunder? Good rotation there.
That's a really good matchup.
It's a very good matchup. Either way,
I'm
Thunder
gonna say
versus
Thunder
Nuggets.
just because they're just so good. But I mean the Clippers, like they're not out of the picture. Like they have James Harden playing great basketball right now. So it really determines if he wants to play bad or good.
Yeah.
You have the Claw, they're just coming back and he looks like a bucket. He's skinny, so now he's like looks like a lot faster, more like agile.
Yep.
And
I think
yeah.
there's a lot of things you could look at in this series to make up your mind about it. I want the Nuggets to make it back to the Western Conference Finals because I feel like if the Lakers do somehow pull it off and win a championship this year and we don't beat the Nuggets, people are gonna say, "Oh, you didn't beat the Nuggets to win it," which is so annoying.
But now like if the Nuggets win, dude, it's like wow. Nikola Jokic is LeBron's dad. I feel like they just won't get
Yeah,
let down. So
no, it won't. And he already has a father in Dirk Nowitzki. We don't need another overseas one. Down, I got the Thunder as well. Moving on to the Western Conference Finals. And then down low we both have. Oh, sorry, you have the Rockets versus the Lakers. I have the Warriors versus the Lakers. Are you taking the Lakers or the Rockets?
I'm gonna take Lakers.
Yeah, I feel like that's the consensus pick. I feel like at their strongest, the Lakers are a better team.
Just the problem is I know Luka's a bucket in the playoffs, but he needs to stay consistent. Like I know there's a couple times during the season where like he'll just give you a light 15, 16.
Sure.
Which isn't bad if your whole team's playing good, but if your team's not playing good, it's like, oh. So I know the last game the Lakers played against the Warriors, Luka didn't have a great game. So it's like you can't have that in the playoffs at all.
I think he'll be fine. Playoff
Unless
Luka is a
Austin's
thing.
going off.
Yeah.
So
I mean, yeah, if Austin's going off, Rui's going off,
yeah.
Gabe's going off.
But if that's not happening, that's a whole nother story.
It is. It is. I also have the Lakers beating the Warriors though in that second round series, which sets up the exact same Final Four for both of us. Cavs versus Celtics in the East, Gage.
I got Celtics.
You have the Celtics. I
Just
also
because Celtics are so deep.
Yeah, I also have the Celtics.
Like everybody can shoot the 3-ball.
Yeah, and they really didn't lose any pieces. They actually, if anything,
but they got better.
Yeah, they just became more polished.
Yeah.
Peyton Pritchard now is more of a threat than he was last year. Al Horford seemingly is unaging for some reason. Like he's going backwards.
Had the Vince Carter effect.
Yeah, it's incredible what he's doing at his age. I also have the Celtics making it to the finals. In the West, we have the same matchup: Thunder versus the Lakers. Gage.
That's gonna be a good one. I think it goes to Game 7.
A Game 7 in the West.
I got Lakers. Like, you got your two floppers going against each other. If that makes sense.
It's a foul baiter, not a flopper.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, you are technically flopping.
There's a difference. There's a difference.
No, there's not.
Yes, there between foul baiting and flopping. Massive difference.
You're still okay. I'm not even getting into this. Anyways, but
yes, you shouldn't.
I feel like the Lakers are gonna win.
Yeah.
Just because of Luka.
Just because of Luka.
Not because of Luka, but I feel like Luka's gonna be the main key to getting back into the finals.
Yeah.
I'm not on the count of OKC though. I mean, I have Lakers winning, but I wouldn't be shocked if OKC wins either.
Yeah. I have the Lakers also making it to the finals. Shocking. I know. But when you have LeBron playing as well as he is, Austin Reeves playing as well as he is, LeBron has taken so many teams to the finals. It's incredible.
If LeBron gets like re-aggravates his groin injury, I mean that's a whole other problem to the table.
It is. I think it will be okay. He looks incredible.
That just happened the last game.
It did. But I mean, even though he looks fine though. Like he looks great. You know,
he looks great now, but no matter how many games can he play with like doing that injury before it goes to a main injury like a tear.
Sure. And you know, there's always those hypotheticals you can have. Over an 82 game, now looking at like 100 games.
22. He's playing in his 22.
Over
100 years.
Over the course of 100 games, anything can happen health-wise to you, especially in the NBA.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, we could have 2 ACL tears in the first round. Like, you never know. It just happens. Lakers versus Celtics in the finals, Gage. Both of us. Who you got?
I got Celtics.
I got Lakers. I don't think there's a way that Jason Tatum and I understand that team is deep. This Lakers team is also deep. Also, the one thing I haven't mentioned this episode is that I genuinely think Dalton Connect is going to be such a huge part of the Lakers postseason run. Like those guys who could sit in the corner and shoot the 3 ball at a high rate are very, very important in the playoffs. So, yeah, I think the Lakers win. I got the Lakers in 7. I think it's a 7-game series.
I was say no matter what, it's either game 6 or 7.
Yeah, unless there is an injury in that Western Conference Finals, which nobody wants. Everybody wants to see a really good series. But you know, that's neither here nor there. Ultimately speaking, who do you think wins Finals MVP, Gage? We both have the same series.
Like, what do you mean?
Finals MVP. Who wins the Finals MVP?
If we're talking about both sides.
Say again?
No, I don't know. You're asking like if I wanted to answer for both teams, like whoever.
Well, yeah, sure. No, I like that. Let's do both teams. Who's the MVP in the finals for both teams?
I'd say Luka if he plays up to expectations.
Sure.
And then for Celtics, I'd probably give it to Jaylen.
Jaylen Brown.
Yeah.
Depends on what he does on Luka, I think, genuinely.
It matters what if Jason Tatum actually doesn't play the way he did last year.
Yeah.
So
I think Austin Reeves will probably is going to be the MVP or the deciding person for the Lakers. If he plays up to what he has been this entire season, the Lakers will be just fine in the playoffs. For the Celtics, I think the whole bench just deserves an MVP award because that team is incredibly deep. Peyton Pritchard, he's so underrated. People don't talk about him enough, which is ironic because he's talked about a lot. But yeah, if you made it to this point of the video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. We will be posting this on Tuesday, so enjoy the playoffs tonight. We will probably be posting reactions, clips, anything along those lines on our Instagram. But yeah, Gage, anything to add?
Nope.
All right, well, thanks for tuning in. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Make sure you stay in the paint. Deuces.
Deuces.